seems that envy is my sin.
Oh, what's in the box?
Not till you give me the
What's in the fucking box?
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of What's in the Box.
I am, of course, your host, DeathMetalHero, and with me is longtime friend of the channel, Mr. Adam Hock. What's up, Hocky? How you doing, brother?
Good, thank you very much. Yes, it's good to be here. It's been a long time coming to get this. With just our paths not crossing. With me traveling and you traveling, and
yeah,
because you've had it for a while now since end of February or something like that.
Yeah, no, that's very true. I've had it for a little while now, and we briefly discussed, opening it, and then when I was like, hey, you want to do this? You're like, well, I'm actually getting ready to go on the road for a while. It's like, oh, okay, well, we'll figure it out. And then I was on the road for a while, so yeah, no, it's that time. It's a season of travel, I suppose.
Yeah, that's it. And I'm actually stable for another few days, so I thought, good time to do it now. So.
Absolutely. I'm actually getting ready to head out of town at the end of this week, so I'm going to be traveling again. So yeah, no, this is the perfect time to do it, and I am very excited to open this book. I saw, I got to read the preview PDF that you sent me, and I love the story, but I can't wait to see this as a finished product, all together. It's very exciting.
You're lucky enough that you got to at least what the story is before you open it, so at least you can comment on that without needing to read it right now. So that's which is awesome. So it was definitely a labor of love, like all comics, like we all do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it's not easy doing this stuff. It takes time, it takes effort, and it takes dedication because it is very time consuming making a comic book.
Yeah,
and especially when you want to make it look right. You want to make it look good.
Yeah. Like I made mistakes. I know there's stuff that I have done in it that I can improve on, and but people seem to have enjoyed the book, and I just thought, okay, well, at least some people are enjoying it, so I must have done something right.
Oh, absolutely, and, they're enjoying it for good reason, man. It's a fun, entertaining story.
Yeah, it's definitely something. I without spoiling it,
right?
It's because there are people that don't know what happens in the end, obviously, because they haven't read it.
Right.
But I'm a big fan of weird twists and unusual things happening. Mm-hmm. I really wish that M. Night. I call him M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong.
Yes.
But I kind of wish a lot more of his stories were just like his storytelling was a bit better.
Yeah.
Because that stuff is right in my wheelhouse of his quirky, weird stuff. So, yeah.
No, I agree. I kind of lament the fact that his stories became, what a twist. It's kind of become like a bit of a joke. And it's sad because, storytelling like that is good. I like storytelling that has a twist, that doesn't have the expected ending, but only if it fits the story. Undermining what people expect just for the sake of undermining what people expect, that's not a good reason to do it. But if there's like a legitimate reason to do it and it fits the story and it adds, this depth to the story, I say go for it. I'm all for it.
People who like Sixth Sense was the groundbreaking one that put him on the map.
Right.
I heard, for me, I didn't guess the ending, but I heard that people who did guess the ending, they didn't enjoy the movie.
Right.
So I thought, I am glad that I didn't expect what was happening.
Yeah.
But then you get other ones of his that I think, like the one in the forest.
The Village.
The Village.
Yeah.
I thought it was actually really cool, but then it just wasn't implemented right. I don't know.
No.
Had to do it better, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. I thought it was a cool concept, and if it, I mean, spoiler alert for anybody that hasn't watched The Village yet, for a 20-year-old film now, 25.
Yeah.
If it had actually been a monster movie, I think it would have been better. If it had been a monster movie inside a modern day park, even cooler. But to undermine, the monster like that was just womp womp. It just kind of deflated the entire story for me.
It's kind of funny because I think one of the Cornettos. What's the second Cornetto movie?
Hot Fuzz.
Which is kind of, sorry, which one?
You're talking about Simon Pegg and Nick Frost? Yeah, Hot Fuzz.
It's kind of the same story, if you think about it. It's kind of a similar story.
Yeah.
But implemented so much better.
Yeah, I fucking love Hot Fuzz.
Yeah. So yeah, it was kind of interesting in that regards. Yeah, Hot Fuzz. I still class the first one as probably my favorite.
Oh, Shaun of the Dead?
Shaun of the Dead.
Fucking great movie. Great
but
movie.
A lot of people will say that Hot Fuzz is the better movie, and it probably is. So,
I think I think Hot Fuzz benefited from them being more mature filmmakers at that time, and also, in order to enjoy Shaun of the Dead, you kind of have to like zombie movies.
Yes.
if you're not into zombie flicks, then you're not going to appreciate Shaun of the Dead for all the little inside jokes and quirks of that film. You know, but if you love zombie flicks, especially George Romero zombie flicks, you're gonna be laughing your ass off and having a fucking great time.
Yeah, yeah, that is true. Whereas Hot Fuzz can appeal to more people, I guess. So,
well, and a lot of people have watched the old cop movies.
So,
say again.
Yeah, World's End. I liked it, but it definitely wasn't as good. So.
Well, I actually went and saw World's End in the theater, but they were doing a marathon, so they did Shaun of the Dead, and then Hot Fuzz, and then they did World's End because it was preview night then. So I think watching those two movies ahead of World's End really did that movie a disservice because I had this big build up, and then I was just like, oh, well that didn't quite meet my expectations. I've since gone back and watched it, and it's a solid film all on its own. It's a neat concept, but yeah, I think it's the weakest of the Cornetto trilogy, honestly.
Like it was the body snatchers type story, done with comedy. So it was good.
Yeah,
it just was a little. Yeah, a little weak in it, but still, people can go out and watch it. You'll probably still enjoy it.
Oh yeah. Just maybe watch that one first, and then watch Hot Fuzz, and then Shaun of the Dead. Be more of like an even viewing experience at that point.
You don't need to watch them in order because they're all different characters and such.
Yep.
It's called the Cornetto series because they eat a cornetto in the movie.
In each one, yeah. And it's they're all directed by
Pegg.
So they've got Simon Pegg and Nick Frost in them, but they're directed by shit. He was supposed to direct the Ant-Man movie, and I'm completely blanking on his name.
I can't think. So no, I don't know.
Oh, that's gonna bug me now. Hang on. Shaun of the Dead. Edgar Wright. Okay, they're all directed by Edgar Wright. Shit. Okay. But highly recommend all three movies. They're fun. But we've got a chat. Let's go ahead and say hi to the chat over here.
Hello, everyone in chat.
Skull Gorgeous is my beautiful, lovely lady.
Cheers.
Who I will be seeing at the end of this week. I will be on my way up to Indiana. I'll be stopping at her place, and then on my way back to Florida, I'll be stopping at her place for about a week. So I'll get to spend some more time with her, which would be great.
It's nice to nice to be able to do that. So
It is indeed. I am looking forward to it. She's saying
Yeah.
hello. And then we got this curmudgeonly bastard in the chat. He says, late. I blame Billy. Yeah, it's totally Billy's
Billy.
fault. That's what we'll go
Well,
for.
he probably is no longer in chat. He's actually on a stream right now promoting Frog G. So
Awesome. Well, that's awesome, guys. There's the link for Frog G is actually in the
I
description
cannot
of this
remember
video.
who it was, who he's with, but
Gotta hit all of those, all the streams, all the shows. You know,
Yeah,
never know who might be paying attention to a stream that they may not have seen before. So
that's it. So I'm hopefully
What's up,
they
Will?
do well. But yeah,
good to see a creators outlet.
Hey, creators outlets here.
And we got Miss Angela Curry. This is evening.
Angela.
Cheers, guys. Evening, Angela. Good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Angela.
Please remember to listen to the Wise Feline. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate you guys being here.
Please
And
do.
she dropped the link for Frog G, the Cerberus key.
Yeah.
Thank you, baby. I appreciate that.
It's, like those two together, like just amazing what they come up with. So Jason's crazy art style, and then Ink's like wonderful colors on top. They just the marriage of the two is amazing. So
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful collaboration. They're both a certain type of crazy, and that kind of crazy works well together.
it is.
You know,
Good.
Jason's line work gives Inkspots a lot to play with, and it allows him to engage his particular brand of crazy as well. So he can just go nuts on the colors, and it's a beautiful amalgamation.
It is very good. So.
Don't tell Ink I said this, but I do think that Inkspots is probably the best working colorist in indie comics right now.
Yeah.
Like, he's fucking phenomenal.
He's yes. Well, to bring it back to this, he did do a cover of one of
That's right.
of one of these books. So, like,
That's right.
he was probably one of the only people that I could think of that could do something. So, and he did a great job with it too. So
He did, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. This is congratulations, by the way, for getting the book done, getting it out, getting it delivered. You know, it's no small feat to get it done, especially when it's just you doing it. You know, you're writing, you're doing the art, you're making sure that it gets produced. You got to do all the pre-production, the post-production. And so that's a hell of a lot of responsibility to take on your shoulders, as just you.
that's it.
So
my wife helped me with editing, so she's credited
awesome.
as editor. But so is Jason and Billy and Dan, because we're in chat, well, in the Discord all the time,
Right.
and those guys, they're always trying to help improve, and so I can palm it off and say, hey, what do you think of this? And they'll let me know if they go, oh yeah, maybe this, maybe change that, do this.
Right.
So it's very helpful to have those guys there with me. But in the end, I was the one doing everything.
Yeah. It's always nice to have outside perspective to give you some feedback. But yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, it's you putting this thing together, telling your story. I mean, and that's that's gotta feel really fucking good to know that this is you on the page, bro.
I think I was actually really surprised that for myself, because I thought once it's done, what a relief.
Right.
But it wasn't really like that. It was I'd finished. I'd said, okay, all the illustrations are done, all the lettering's done, everything's done. Now I've got to get it printed. Okay, rightio.
Yep.
So now I've got to get it all formatted, do the printing process. When the books arrived, after I had a lot of issues with the printing, my fault, because I didn't really understand sizes and everything like that properly. But once the books came, I was going, yay, I've got the books. Oh, now I've got to distribute them out. So it was, and because the shipping out was sort of arduous and such, I really never had that moment. I was going, oh my God, look what I've done.
Right.
It's kind of weird. I think it's just sort of all stretched out over the time, so I
Right.
didn't get to enjoy um, that one big moment. It was so
Yeah.
which I was expecting it. I was expecting to have go. Oh my god, look at this! But yeah, I was really surprised that it didn't happen. So
Well, you know what? We can have that moment tonight when I open this. You know, you can crow about it because you know it's a hell of an accomplishment, man, and I'm proud of you, dude. Seriously.
thank you,
You know?
thank you.
Absolutely.
Well, just to do it all now, as I say, you know what it's like to illustrate a book,
Yes.
and so having that. But if once you get to the point where you have to do the writing and the layouts, which you did the layouts, obviously, layouts
Right.
and illustration. This is black and white, so I didn't have to worry about coloring, thank goodness. But the lettering and the printing process and all that, it's kind of an amazing to be able to get all that done. So I
Right.
am pretty proud of myself to get it done.
For sure, man.
Don't want to float my own boat too much, but you know, a lot of people do this. Jason's done it multiple times.
Yeah.
You know, so it's it's interesting. So
Yeah, and like you said at the beginning, it's a labor of love, man. It's
Mm.
you know you do this because you love doing it, not just because you know not because you know you're gonna make buku bucks doing this. It's
yeah, that's it. You know, I didn't make a lot of money on this, but that's okay. I enjoyed making it. I think that's part of it. It's like it's not the destination; it's the journey. It was
absolutely.
definitely a journey, and I did enjoy that journey. So
Yeah. So speaking of journeys, where did this journey start? Like what inspired this?
it's kind of an interesting thing. Occasionally, I will sit down and just go and just do a little writing exercise. You know how I don't know if back in school or whatever they'd say write for 5 minutes without taking your pen off the paper, that type of stuff.
Right.
So you just go, oh, I don't know what I'm writing, I don't know what I'm writing, and eventually you come up with something. It was kind
Sure.
of a practice of that I was doing. I was sitting down just going, okay, I've got to write something. So I just started writing, and
Oh.
and in that, like when it's only a paragraph or two that I
Right.
wrote of the story, and in that I'm writing, and just even in that 2 minutes of writing it, the story changed from the first line to where it was at the end of that paragraph. And I was going, that's pretty cool. I continued on. So I did other things, wrote other little stories.
Hmm.
And it was probably a few months later, I said, I need to put something out. I'm procrastinating, not doing a project. I need something.
Right.
And I tried to write something, and it was absolutely horrid. So and then I'm just going, but this story kept playing on my mind. I was just going, what about that dress one? What about the time travel one? You know.
Right.
So eventually, you know, I went back and looked at it and just going, you know, let's try and evolve this. I really like this idea. Let's and then from there, I just started to spread it out and going, okay, well, I've got to fit this into 24 pages. So I'm breaking it up and adding a bit more and more into it. And just so it didn't take long to write. Once I decided that I'm doing this, I pretty much got 90% of the story done within a week. And then I worked on a few artworks and such.
Right.
And I think I had the campaign up, like the sign up campaign, probably within about 2 to 3 weeks of deciding, yep, I'm doing this. So yeah, that was a relatively quick process because I kind of knew my brain knew what was happening.
Yeah.
And so I got the campaign up, and then that adds that pressure, just going, well, people are signing up now, I better do it.
Right. You did kind of put yourself into the corner. Now you have to do it.
That's it. And
what's up, Miss Good Stuff? Thank you for stopping by.
Hey,
Appreciate it.
how are you? Yeah, so from there, I procrastinated a lot over the time.
Right.
So it took me another year to work on stuff to get onto the before I launched the campaign. So over that time, there was a lot of I won't say rewriting, but more like drawing it and just going, does that work? Or tweaking, trying to be that perfectionist of just to make it look better and things like
Right.
this. There was some story elements that I was sort of didn't quite have the right amount of pages. I had to add something in, and which actually ended up being probably a crucial part in the story. This bit that I just randomly go, oh, I need something in the story, and then it worked out really good. And then just working it, but a lot of it was like it should have been done a lot quicker, but because of not knowing what I'm doing, I ended up procrastinating a lot.
Procrastination kills, man. It really does. Yeah.
But when I launched the campaign, I set a long date. So I think I launched it in April or May of last year.
Yeah.
And I said I was to deliver it in January of this year. So I had, good 9 to 10 months.
Right.
Sway. So I thought, okay, I'm pretty proud that I managed to get it all done.
Yeah.
And I got it out. It was basically a month late. So.
Well, I mean, I think you gave yourself, just about enough time. There's no accounting for shit that gets in the way. Real life always gets in the way, that whole thing. So there's no accounting for that. But I feel like you did pretty good, man, considering how late a lot of other books have been over the years. I mean,
I thought a month is within a month of it, and it actually probably would have been earlier, but that's where I was having misunderstandings on how to format the page for printing.
Yeah.
So, and I just started travel around that time too, so I couldn't actually resolve anything.
Oh,
I was struggling on the road to try and go, oh, I need to work on this, but I can't because I can't set up my computer and all this kind of stuff. So it actually probably, and then once we were traveled for a month, I managed to get it all printed, and when I got home, they were all there, so I was able to package them up and send them out. So, yeah, they were a month late, but as I say, I think for my first project, being a month late was not too bad.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, man. Well, let's take a look at the trailer so people can know what we're talking about, and then we'll jump into opening. We'll see what's in the box.
What's in the box?
The newest and growing trends amongst the young people is the popularity of jazz music. And with this comes the line of places to enjoy this music. And one such place is Club Trio. The ladies' new flapper dresses and the gentlemen in their suits, they dance the night away as the sound. This just in, a murder has happened at the new Club Trio. Details have not been released to the press, but police have assured us that there is a #1 priority to catch the murderer.
My name is Jenny. I bought this old dress from this strange shop. And imagine my shock when I wear it. I end up at a jazz hall in the 1920s. But this isn't the only thing. Someone has been murdered. I don't know who it is or how it happens, but I may be the only person who can stop it.
It's a great trailer, man. It really is.
I love that trailer.
Now, you did the trailer yourself, right?
I did, yeah. So I had my daughter did the voice of Jenny, and I had a friend who did the radio announcer voice. but yeah, all the rest was me putting it together, finding the music and everything. And yeah, every time I look at gun, geez, that came out well.
Yeah, it really did, man. It really did. So hats off to you. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna go ahead and flip my my camera around here so that we can see what's going on here. And we're gonna open this up so we can see the book.
Nice.
So where did now with this? It's Curiosities and Oddities Emporium. The dress. So this is just one story in a possible series of stories. Yes.
That is correct. So
Okay.
the whole idea was it's to be
Love it. That's awesome. Heck yeah.
I couldn't resist.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all about items sold from this particular shop.
Mm-hmm.
All of them will have some type of quirk to them. So obviously this one, a dress that time travels.
Right.
Eventually there will be a story about the shop itself, and there is a conclusion. I have an idea of how to kind of finish the series, but I wanted to sort of like a Twilight Zone type thing where every story was individual.
Right. Kind of Twilight Zone, Tales from the Dark Side, Tales from the Crypt, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I dig it, man. I love stories like that. And we'll make a fucking awesome anthology once you get them all done and you can put them together.
Put it all together in one big book. And like I love what everyone else is doing. They're doing these multiple page stories, but I just going, I get a little bit frustrated because it's hard for people to go, oh, here's one book, here's the next one a month later, and then the following. We're waiting a year, we're waiting 2 years.
Yeah.
So, and I was going, oh, I just want to know what happens. It's like when you go see, you see, say if you went and saw Lord of the Rings. Yes, we were waiting a year, but imagine if they halfway through the first story we didn't get an ending. I was going, oh damn it, So,
right.
And so I wanted an ending to. So I thought, well, I'm just going to do one-off stories. I do have a sequel to this story.
Oh.
But it's not needed. So that's the thing. I don't need a sequel. I just going, oh, I've got this idea for a sequel. So
that bookmark turned out great, man.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, that is some nice quality, and I like the tassel.
Yeah.
The tassel is a nice touch. You don't really get tassels on bookmarks anymore, but that actually really fits with the theme of of the story. I love it. Nice touch.
Yeah, I needed to have a tassel on it. I'm going, this has to have a tassel because I need, it just didn't feel right without one.
No, I totally agree, man. And it fits with the time period, the theme of the book. I think that's a great idea. Got this awesome print by Shelby and a card. Heck
There's
yeah,
a card
man.
as well in it. So, everyone got one of those.
Yeah, that was one of your stretch goals, right?
Yeah. Shelby did great drawing. Like, Shelby's talented, man.
Oh, yeah. He's obscenely talented. Makes me sick sometimes.
So, and I wanted to provide both because some people go, I don't like posters, and other people, I don't like cards. So I thought, oh well, I'll give you the best of both worlds, so you can choose which one you like.
I love the little tchotchkes, man. I love the extras, and I've got a bunch of different cards from a bunch of different campaigns that I've backed. So I mean, this is another one that I can add to my collection. I'm gonna have to put together like a binder of just all the different cards that I've gotten from crowdfunding campaigns. So I dig it, man. I'm all about the cards and the extras.
So yeah, that's what I thought. I'll just provide both. It wasn't much more expensive to get both of them. So yeah. And
beautiful. Then, here it is. And then here's the Ink Spots cover.
Yeah, like it's there's little skulls in the blood and everything. So
Yeah, he definitely put his coloring knowledge to work here. I mean, like the texture that he put on the dress and the sequins and everything. Wow, that
he
turned
did
out
bitch
great.
the whole time he was drawing it, but
Well, yeah, well, I mean, it's ink spots. You know, I'd worry about him if he wasn't bitching, to be honest. You know,
and I love that. One of the things I actually really enjoy is a black and white cover. So you got a black cover and a white cover, and I was just going, oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of a happy accident. I didn't really intend to do a black and white cover, but then, it just worked out that way. So
some things work out. Some things work out that way. Hey, we got a Matt LaRock in the chat. What's up, Matt? He says the dress was a good story. Yes,
I'm glad you
indeed.
enjoyed it, mate.
Yes, indeed. Matt's been reading comics for a long time, so he knows that which he's talking about.
Yeah,
But-
I'm glad you enjoyed it, Matt. So it was, yeah.
Man, that turned out slick, dude. That
Yeah.
looks good. Looks real good.
So it's it was good. It came out well. So
Heck man.
that's the thing too. We do these crowdfunders to do premium quality printed books. So not like in the news or in comic shops or news agencies. Usually they're a lot cheaper print, which is okay, which is a good thing because mass quality, mass printing, and things like this. But we are charging a little more for these printings.
Right.
So because we have to, because we're doing such small print runs, we need to charge more. So
to take care of, you gotta make sure everything gets taken care of, and there's a lot of stuff that you have to do on top of just getting the artwork done. And you're also we're not able to print in the quantity that the mainstream is.
Yeah.
So that's why it costs a little bit more.
30,000, 50,000.
Yeah.
We can't do that. We print in the hundreds if we can. So
Yeah. All right, so there's the shop that he was talking about, the Curiosities and Oddities Emporium.
Yes.
And this is just one story coming out of the Emporium here. And
I've made it very vague of where she is. So, yes, my daughter did the voice, being an Australian, but it doesn't need to be I didn't make it vague. I made it vague, so this could be in any country, or any English-speaking country.
Right.
Maybe the shop does not stay in one location. So
yeah, I mean, if it's a mystical shop like Needful Things, it could move wherever there's a vacant spot. Wherever there are people looking for things.
Yeah.
But I really like this shot. With all the different things that you've hidden in the background.
Yeah. Trying to fill that with different stuff. I'm just going, what am I going to put in here? I just spent ages trying to figure out what to put in the shop itself.
Once you get into it and you start putting stuff in there, you're like, oh shit, this takes a lot more than I thought to fill this up.
Weirdly enough, that page has one of my favorite shots is that eye down the bottom corner.
Yeah.
So I just really like that came out because if you're looking close, you can kind of see silhouette of people in there.
Yeah. And it's a nice transition shot to this double page spread where she's suddenly in the jazz club.
Yeah.
And
what?
doing shots like these where, it's a bunch of people and they have to look like they're actually moving and milling about and dancing and having a good time. I mean, each one of these characters has to be acting. They've got to be, they've got to be, they got to feel real. So
that was hard. I did cheat.
What's up, Shadowpunk?
Oh, Shadowpunk, hello.
Welcome.
I did cheat a little bit, and it's hard to notice, but I did copy and paste a couple of people, though I might have changed their color or moved an arm or something, because I thought, oh my God, I was just going, I've got to draw like 100 people, and this is a nightmare.
And that takes time.
Paid off so long. Like, I think this is the last thing I drew because I put it off for so long.
Not everybody is Jeff Darrow.
Yeah. That angle is actually quite tricky to draw people in as well.
Yes.
Because
everybody's kind of coming back this way. But you did a good job of making it all draw to her and making her the focal point of the entire thing. So well done, sir. Well done.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was good. It was glad it was done, but I actually wish I could have added more people. But I'm just going no.
I mean, there's only so much time in a day, man, and you got to get the book done and out. You know, but no, it's a great shot, man. It's a very good establishing shot, and it does what it's supposed to do. Yeah. Hey, we got a pale writer in the chat as well. He says, "Cheater, rigged." Rigged for success. That's right.
That's the benefit of being digital is that you can do that. However, now that I'm traveling, I can't do digital as often. So
right. I recognize that face.
Yeah. So So Ink Spots, who did the cover, also purchased a drawn-in tier, and so
that's awesome.
He goes, "This is my first appearance in a comic." So obviously he's expecting to be in more comics later.
Right. What, dude, that really does look like him. Like, well done, man. Good job on the likeness. So I'm not going to go any further into the book. I'm looking forward to reading more of it, but I don't want to spoil anything. Now, the campaign is over. You've gotten it. You've gotten it fulfilled, right? Everybody's gotten their books. Are you thinking about doing a second chance campaign or offering it on your website or anything like that?
I wasn't planning to do a second chance campaign at this stage.
Right.
I don't currently have a sales vessel.
Okay.
The tricky part is a lot of people who would buy it would be in the US.
Right.
And shipping over there is very expensive. Let's say, like, it's expenses to ship overseas.
Yes.
And I can put it up, but I feel like if I'm charging, what was that, US? It was like $9 or something US.
Yeah.
If I'm charging $9 and then I'm charging another $20 on top, I don't feel good about doing that.
Right.
To ship it over. The only way I probably would do is say if people, people are welcome to buy. Like, if they want to pay that, I will gladly take the money and send it to you.
Right.
But I feel guilty about charging people. Say, hey, here's this $9 book. Oh, but now you have to also pay $20 to get it to you.
Right.
That doesn't feel genuine to me. So, but if people were to pool together or say, hey, look, I want to get 5 copies of the book, it makes the value a bit better with the shipping. So
sure.
That's the only downside why I haven't put anything up for sale anywhere.
Right.
But I'm hoping to make it to HeroCon next year. So if I do,
yes,
I will bring some with me to sell.
Good.
If I make it, there's a lot of ifs and buts to see if I can make it.
Sure. I mean, that's a long way to travel. HeroesCon is a great convention, though. It's a hell of a lot of fun, and I know people would love to see you there. You know?
And if I do come over, I might then say, hey, folks, I don't have to charge you $20, $30 shipping anymore. Yeah. I can charge you like $5 or $10 because I'll ship it domestically then. So
right. Yeah. Now, did you have Critical Blast fulfill for you over here? Okay,
I did. I just wanted to take that. I want, again, that's the only reason why I was able to do it cheap for the US people, because I thought I'm just going to send it domestically. Otherwise, I'm charging from here. It costs me in Australian roughly $25 to $30 to send the book.
Right.
So, which comes down to 15 to 20 US.
Yeah.
I was able to charge only $10 because I took away a lot of that. I sent it bulk. I packaged it all up individually, but then I put it all in a big box and sent it bulk to Critical Blast.
Okay.
To be able to do it for me, because I wanted, I knew most of my backers would be in the US.
Sure.
So I wanted to try and make it as cheap as possible, more an incentive for the bulk buyers to buy. So
sure.
But yeah, now that is over and I don't have that distributing factor anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel guilty about charging people a lot of money for shipping.
Totally understandable, man. Totally understandable. What you could do is get some printed here in the U.S. Like my sketchbooks, I got printed through Mix'em, and they turned out great. Get a small print run done through Mix'em, and then have them shipped to RJ.
Yeah.
And then have him send them out or something like that.
Yeah. And that's probably if I was able to do it, but I know with the market at the moment, doing a reprint and things, I don't know. I think what I'll probably do is offer it again when I'm doing the next book.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Shadowpunk was saying the red cover looks gnarly. Yeah, that's the Ink Spots variant cover to the dress. And the reason why I was asking if you were going to do like a second chance or a reprint or anything like that, because I want more people to read this book. I want more people to read it because it's a great story, and I don't want to spoil anything. And I was going to say, you guys will have to just get the book from Hocky, but if they can't get the book from Hocky, then I mean, you still have a few copies, right?
Yeah. I've probably got about 50. I don't have many of the white ones left because that was a limited print.
Yeah.
So that one might not be available. Maybe, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out if I decide to put that one up for sale, or you're going to have to find me to get that book. But definitely the black one will be reprinted.
Okay.
And that one will be available. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll figure something out. But if people want to reach out to me and say, "Hey, look, I really do want to get this book," I'll figure a way to figure out something to. I might even be able to send. Maybe Jason might be able to. I could send a whole bunch to Jason saying, "Hey, can you hold these for me?"
Right.
I'll give you an address and some money, and you can just ship it out for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's where there's a will, there's a way, and I do think that people would really enjoy this book, so I want them to be able to get a chance to get their hands on it.
If the other option too, which I offered in the campaign as well, if they really want it, I do have a digital copy of it. I have no qualms about the digital because me being in Australia, it's hard for me to get stuff here. So if I can get a digital version of some things, I'll take it, because at least I'm supporting in some small way the person, or
sure.
And then get to read the story. I know that I didn't have a lot of people get but I could probably get about 4 or 5 that got the digital edition. Amanda B being one of them, and she rated it like. I remember she really enjoyed it. She said there was a few amateurish parts in it, which obviously makes sense.
Right.
But I remember she got asked what was the best comics that she has read in the last 3 months. And she goes, she couldn't nail it down, but she put mine on the list of one of the best 3 comics or something that she'd read in the past 3 months. So I just felt very pleased about that. I thought, oh my gosh, that's wonderful. So
it's a great story, man. And when reading the story, you can tell that the story meant something to you, and that you were writing it from a place where this, from heart. This is you. This is your interest. This is your storytelling. Writ large on the page. And it's a good story, man. I really enjoyed it.
Awesome. I think one people might find it may be a bit slow to get into what's happening. yes, you got the time travel that happens in the first couple of pages,
Mm-hmm.
but the story of what happens, what she does after that,
Yeah.
might be a little slow. But that's the only thing I can really think of. But there's a couple of shots in there I absolutely adore. There's one towards the end where she's, which you could show. It doesn't really matter, but she's having a shower. There's like the silhouette of her in a shower, and then she's strapping a knife to her leg. I like these shots. These
She's
shots are
getting
great.
ready. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a really, really well done story. I didn't find it slow at all. I felt like the pacing worked for the tone of the story that you were telling.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
You know, you can't rush a story like this. You got to let it unfold naturally. Yeah. No, I felt like it worked really well as a whole, and I'm looking forward to seeing more stories from the Emporium. To be honest with you.
Yeah. The next one now, I am setting a timeline for myself to like a date to be able to get the next one done. So if all goes well, we may see it next year. But
yes,
it's going to be a bit more of an adventure story, I guess.
Yeah.
So this one was kind of a mystery type thing. The next one will be a bit more adventure, still magical and mythical.
Right.
It will involve pirates. So
nice. Billy will be happy.
Yeah. So I've decided that because I've got a few stories that I want to do.
Right.
Some of them still have some time elements to it, and I don't want to pigeonhole all the stories to be about time related things.
Sure.
And I thought, the stories can be about anything, but this one is more. The next one, and I'll give the premises where a person gets sucked into a ship in a bottle. So,
I mean that's a great elevator pitch, you know.
So and then the adventure happens while he's on the ship. So so that's, and I thought it's not really a period piece. Yes, it is like 1800s or 1700s pirate ship. But there's other elements in there too. So I'm hoping people like that one. It'll be a bit of a change of pace, probably a bit more action orientated.
Sure.
This one is not very the dress is not very action orientated.
It's a mystery story, you know. It moves along at a mystery pace. You know, it unfolds gradually, but that doesn't mean it's boring. It's far from boring. You know, there's a lot of intrigue in this story. So yeah, no, I enjoyed the pacing of this story, but I love mysteries. Like I grew up reading a lot of mysteries, so I could tell that you enjoy a good mystery as well. You know. With a little bit of magic and mystical stuff in there. Yeah.
A bit of unusualness. Which is what Twilight Zone is. It's
absolutely.
It always has that normal stuff, and then you're just going, wait, what is this weird thing that's happening now? So
like the Outer Limits. The Outer Limits was always one of my favorites. You know, because the Outer Limits would they'd push it a little bit more. You know? The Twilight Zone was cool, and they would do weird stuff, but like the Outer Limits, they would go a little bit further, a little darker. And then Tales from the Dark Side, I got introduced to Feline. Actually introduced me to that. I remember hearing about it back in the day, but she got all of it on DVD. And when I was visiting her, she's like, "Hey, we need to watch some of these Tales from the Dark Side." And yeah, that's some good stuff too. So I love stories like that. I love, the framing narrative, and then, something happens and it just, takes reality and it tweaks it a little bit. Matt LaRock says it's a cool approach to a time travel story. It was original. I agree.
when I sort of think about it, I'm going, it does have some type of elements of that Stephen King story, which is what, 1967? Oh,
Which one are you talking about?
The one where he travels back in time to stop the assassination.
11/22/66.
Is that what it's called? Yeah.
Yeah, where he kind of finds himself back in time and tries to stop the Kennedy assassination.
Yeah. So has a little bit of that element into it, in the fact that it resets every time he travels back in time.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I enjoyed that book. The TV series, not so much. It was okay. It started out all right, and then it kind of deviated wildly from the original story, and I kind of lost interest. But yeah, no, I can totally see that. By the way, Shadowpunk says writer artist reign supreme. Book looks very well done, and
Thanks,
Matt LaRock agrees. And apparently, I cracked Shadowpunk up. So, hey man, do what I can.
Yeah. It's
Where's the good cover? These are both good covers, Grouchy.
Jason's cover was ended up in the bin, sadly.
Damn.
No, just kidding. Jason, I would love to get a Jason cover on something at some point. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, for the pirate version, man, absolutely. He could do a pirate, nice crazy looking pirate. Jason has no sense of humor, he says. So
no, it's true.
Yeah,
what I actually
know.
would love at some point, if I had the money, I would love to have people write their own stories set in the Curiosity world. So they just go, I've got this idea of a hat that explodes or something.
Right.
Going, you write it, and if you got an illustrator, or if you want an illustrator, if you want me to.
Right.
So I think it would be really interesting to see what other people come up with within the world. But that requires me to have a lot of money to be able to pay them. So
right.
That's the one downside about it.
Unfortunately, sometimes doing indie comics, the funding is what we lack the most usually.
Yes.
That's why crowdfunding is such a boon to indie comics. And being able to do it all yourself is also a boon. Being able to do this whole thing yourself and not having to worry about paying an artist or a colorist or anything like that. Outside of yourself. It helps. It helps.
It gives us it's only our time that we're wasting, so to speak. We're only worried about how much time we need. We don't have to worry about funding ourselves. We're just going, okay, I've got time to sit down and do this now. I don't have to go, oh, geez, where am I going to scrape up $300 to pay for the next page of my comic?
Right.
So which is understandable. And same with writing. Like I can't really afford to pay for a writer either, because
right.
A good writer, you're probably paying, I don't know, $50, $100 a page.
Yeah.
In the indie scene, I don't know. And you're just going, that's still, if you do a 24-page book, there's, if it's $100, there's $2,000. So
yep, $2,400.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was going, that's a lot of money for. So you've kind of need to learn the skills yourself. And I do like storytelling. I don't do a lot of it, but I do like it. Because I get a lot of ideas. It's going, oh, that'd be cool. Oh, that'd be cool. I'm not very good at endings.
And sticking the landing. The endings are always the most difficult part. Always.
Yeah. All these stories that I've got for future books set in this series and such, I don't know how they end. So that's my biggest issue. I was going, I've got this. Oh, this is going to happen, and this will happen. This happened, but then what? I don't know, and I don't know which direction does it go. does it go downhill? Does it go uphill? Does it plateau out? So just trying to come up with those things, and that's where I get caught. But I do love coming up with the concepts and going, oh, this will be really cool. I've got a great story that I want to do at some point. It's probably end up being my magnum opus type story, but it's a spaceship. It's kind of alien-like story. So it's people trapped on a spaceship with a monster running around. But it's not quite that. So, and as the story evolves, you sort of learn there's something else. And that is a big story that I'm just going, I don't know how it's going to end. But I know where I want to go with most of the story. And I just can't sit down and write it because I just going, this is too much. I'm not ready. I don't have the skills enough to tell this story. So
just start writing the story. And the beautiful thing about, working on your own time period is that you can write it out and just get the first draft down. That's the biggest thing. That's what the second draft, and that's what editing is for. You can come back and you can modify things. You can, read it and say, oh, well, this doesn't really work for me. Or, you can change things. You can swap pieces around. The biggest thing is getting the ideas out on paper first and foremost. Yeah. That's the best thing to do.
That's it. Like, and I've actually had a dream that I want to turn into a story for Curiosities as well. I don't know how to do it. I have not a lot, but when I do dream, a lot of my dreams are me watching a movie. It's
okay.
It's like I'm not in the story. I'm watching the story happen. And this one particular story, I can't really give anything away because it's kind of the whole premise of the book if I say exactly what it is. Right. And it spoils the whole story. But I'm just going, I like this idea. Mm-hmm. How do I turn that into a story? And it's so that's another one. So I do have a lot of little stories where I go, I think this will work well. We'll wait and see. So
Jason's in the chat here throwing shade. Hocky has ideas. News to me. Feline says he didn't say good ones on here. Jason says valid.
Valid. Yeah. Sometimes I have some terrible ones. When I mentioned earlier, I said that I need to get a story out. I need to have a campaign.
Right.
I'm trying because I really like the idea of the battle. I'm not religious. Like I'm actually I'm an atheist. Sorry, people.
How dare you?
But the one thing I do like about Christian religion or Catholic religion is the battle of demons and angels.
Right.
I've always enjoyed those stories because that's kind of, it's very fantasy-like.
Well, it's also good versus evil. I mean, there's
good versus evil.
In reality, there's good versus evil.
So I've really enjoyed a lot of movies that have involved angels and demons fighting.
Sure.
So I was going, I'm going to do an angel and demon. So I started writing it, and but it was forced. So
yeah.
So I'm forcing this story to happen, and I'm looking at it going, this is atrocious. This is like the worst. It was absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
And that's what made me decide just go, no, I am not doing this story.
Maybe circle it back around to it. Never throw anything away. Never throw anything away. You never know when it'll be useful later. Jason does say the dress was very well done. Kudos, knob.
Thanks, Jason. You dingling.
Right. Vampire Jesus. I mean,
Vampire Jesus, yeah. Look, I actually...
Feel like what was it? Agora yoga? Is that what he studied over in India?
I said as a funny thing, cause you know how Jesus comes back. He dies on the cross, and then he comes back to life. and then people start drinking his blood and eating his flesh, the bread and the wine. So I was going, wait, Jesus is a vampire.
Well, see, it's funny you say that because Feline and I have had this conversation. She was like, yeah, Jesus went over to India and studied, Agora yoga, which is, yoga of the blood. So yeah, Agora yoga. So, I mean, the idea that eat of my flesh, drink of my blood, that does sound very vampiric.
I know. And I'm just going, Jesus was a vampire. So, so I thought.
Oh, yoga of the dead. Thank you. Right.
So yeah. So it could be. He could be the first vampire. You never know. So
yeah. I mean, Dracula 2000 made it that it was Judas that was the first vampire. That's why silver. The 30 pieces of silver.
Yep.
So all that. So I thought that was a neat bend to it.
Yes.
But yeah, it's a beautiful thing about stories, and that's the beautiful thing about being well read. Picking up on a bunch of different things. The more widely read you are, the more sources you have to pull from, the more you pick up, because humans are fantastic at pattern recognition. We pick up on things, especially if we're looking for them. And you pick up on certain things, you can connect certain things together. So the more widely read you are, the more you have to pull from.
And it's true. That's what writers will say. They say, what is the biggest thing to be a better writer? Is go and read more.
Yeah.
And all of them pretty much say that. Just go read. You can't create in a vacuum.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you need,
because it comes across as forced and hollow.
Yeah. Maybe there's a savant out there that doesn't need anything, but most of us,
right,
we need to build up that knowledge base and create stuff. So I agree. Just read more. There's a lot, and there's I'm into fantasy, sci-fi, and things like that. I used to read a lot of horror, Stephen King.
Oh yeah, same.
So all these things have influenced me in the past, and there may be something that I read in the past that has influenced this story in particular.
It reminds me a little bit of Needful Things just because of the shop.
The shop,
yeah. But I mean, that is just a small part of this story. It's kind of like a catalyst for this story. It's not the main meat of this story.
That's it.
But it does give me a little bit of that. And Jason starting an earworm for everybody. The world is a vampire. Yeah, thank you. Feline says, and now I have that song stuck in my head. Exactly.
Hello, Mr. Plagle. Good to see you, sir.
Yo, what's up, Plagle? He says, what about that comic book, Hocky, you were telling us about, where Muhammad becomes a homosexual that you were doing? He's giving away your stories, man. Shit. Don't be telling Hocky's secrets now. Shit.
Typical.
Jason says the vacuum is in the closet. There you go. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, well, don't write in the vacuum. Or
exactly.
You could write while vacuuming, I guess, because...
You can come up with stories while you're vacuuming, run ideas through, when I'm out for walks, honestly, that's I don't listen to anything. I don't listen to music. I don't listen to audiobooks. I'll just go out for a walk and I'll just let my mind wander, when I'm out for a walk. And, sometimes, problematic, portions of a story or like things that weren't connecting or like, I'll get ideas, I'll get flashes for parts of a story that, will then suddenly fit. And it's like, oh, yes, that's how, and then I'll take my phone out and I'll, make a quick note or something like that and then put the phone away.
It's actually one of the things, one of the things I look at is I read or look at YouTube videos. It's about learning how people learn and self-development and things like this. And the Pomodoro technique is something like that. So what the Pomodoro technique is, it was developed because the egg timer, the timers
Right.
usually shaped with a little tomato. So anyway, you do 25 minutes of hard work. So whether you're studying or doing an assignment, whatever that you spend 25 minutes working hard, and then when the timer goes off, you go and do something else. Like stare at a blank wall, as long as you step away from it for 5 minutes.
Right.
But what that does too, like I will go and make a cup of tea or have a biscuit or whatever,
Right.
I'll go and do something and then I'll come back. But it allows your brain to process that subconsciously as well. So yes, it gives you a rest, but your brain can, and this is what sleep does the same thing.
Yes.
It allows your brain to work it out. So a lot of people wake up in the middle of the night or in the morning and go, and you get back to the project, it's going, oh, of course, that's, you see the answer there.
Absolutely.
And it's a really, really good technique. The other thing that I find about the Pomodoro, and this is slightly off, but is that I can look at the clock going, oh, I don't even need to do another 15 minutes of hard work. I can do that, so.
Right. And it helps encourage you to keep going. Yeah.
Yeah, just go, oh, yeah,
yeah, there's no problem. I can do this.
Yeah, I can do this, and then I can have a break. So, yeah.
Exactly.
Really good.
So Jason says, I don't like to vacuum. It sucks.
Aha!
Aha! Oh, boy. And see, Feline's got the rim shot there as well. Jason also says you should have a cookie. And the ever-present, butting of heads in the terms for things.
The language.
The language war continues.
Well, I have discovered that England now calls them cookies. But though there's biscuits and cookies. They're two different. They are. Yeah. So a cookie is usually like the softer ones, big round softer ones.
Right.
So England will call them a cookie. But smaller, harder ones or cream-filled ones or things like that, they're a biscuit.
Right. Something that you would like dunk in tea or eat with tea. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. In Australia, cookie is starting to become everywhere. But as I was growing up, cookie wasn't a word that was used here. Biscuit basically was the blanket word for everything. But I kind of tried to look up here we are going really off topic. Why the word biscuit changed when it went to America. And I have a feeling it has something to do with the rebelliousness of America.
More than likely.
The monarchy, that type of stuff. But it's not quite that as well. So I'm
sure there were a lot of different factors.
Yeah. Same with scone. So an English scone and Australian scone is different to a US scone. So, I'm not, but apparently that was just a regional thing. So this going, oh, this is a scone. And then when it went to America, the America adopted this type of scone, not the normal scone. So, yeah. It's just weird.
You know what? I like baked goods. Baked goods, when done correctly, are fucking delicious. Especially if I've got some hot coffee to drink along with.
So it's just interesting, like seeing how language evolves, and then the influence of foreign language, like non-English language, evolves. Like English is a Germanic language, so most of our words are German.
Yes. Little bit of French here and there, some Latin.
Yeah, I think it's 60% or 55 to 60% German. But I'm just going, I cannot understand anything Germans say. But
a little bits here and there.
You get a word that you're just going, oh, it sounds different too.
Yeah.
But when you're going, oh, you can maybe see it spelt out or hear it said slightly differently. You're just going, oh, that means house, or I don't know.
Right.
And I found that with French. I was trying to teach myself French, and there's
French is a Germanic language as well.
It's
It's derived from
slightly
the same area.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are from the different. Actually, if you look, French and Italian, and so all those southern ones, south of Germany, have a lot of similar sounding words. So like, now I've come blank of what they were, but the Italians, they
What's up,
added
Owen?
an O on the lot at the end of the words, and just going, oh,
Yeah.
it's the same word, like uno, in number one.
Yeah.
But in Italian, it's like uno. So it's going, they just added a letter and just changed it slightly. And I noticed that with a lot of their words. So I think if you are, whereas in German is a lot more harsher. Like,
Oh, yeah.
So they are a lot different.
German sounds angry even when you're saying "I love you."
Yeah. But there are a lot of differences between the German. But English amalgamated from all of that. English is a weird language.
It is. It is. And Italian and Spanish both came from Latin. A lot of them are a lot of their languages derived from Latin.
Yeah, it's yes, and English. English has a lot of Latin too.
Yep.
But mostly, apparently, because there's this guy called Rob. Rob Words. So check out Rob Words, great YouTube show. He goes over words, talking about where these words came from, and he goes back and it is entertaining. And anyway, he's going. English is a Germanic language.
Yep.
50, 60%. It might even be 50, but then the other 50 is 40%. But then the other 60% are made up of heaps of different languages. But it's kind of fascinating to see. Here we are, well off topic of comic books.
Well, we're talking writing, and you did write this. You wrote the comics, and as much as we like to dog on writers, having a grasp of language and how to use it is a tool in the arsenal for telling stories.
Yeah.
The more, and again, it goes back to being well read. The more widely read you are, the more information you have, the more you can pull from the real world. You can put that into your stories. It makes the stories have more weight to them. It gives them, and here I'm going to use my favorite word of all time, it gives them verisimilitude. It makes them feel real. It gives them that fullness and richness that connects them to our reality. And being able to pull from reality, you have to have experiences. You have to have knowledge to do that.
That's it. Well, I've got to actually gain knowledge for the next book. So the next book I said is about basically a pirate ship, sailing on a ship.
Right.
I don't know how to sail, but I need to learn how to sail, at least through books. I'm not going to go out and join an endeavor and become a sail, but I need to learn the language of what a block and tackle is on a ship,
right?
What
the rigging, the mizzen mast, the sails, all that.
What the sail is at the front, all that. I don't know any of those things. I know what a port and a starboard is.
Right.
I forget which one the aft and I think which is the back. But
aft is the back.
The back.
The bow is the front.
Bow is the front. So all of those things, you're just going, far out. I've got to learn all this language if I wanted to understand sailing and such. So I need to. So I've got to start learning how to sail a boat, and not a small boat, a large vessel. So.
Yeah, and you know what? You never know when that information might be useful at some point in your life. You never know. You never know. Information is power.
Yeah. So that's the next, for the next story and setting in this world is this sail. So learning stuff. I've actually done a little bit of boat stuff with the story that I've got in Frog G, the Cerberus Key. I'm actually doing a little 8-page story, and it's all set on most of it's set on a boat. So
there you go. See, and you have begun. And it's cool how things kind of work together, right?
And I think that might have been a little because I kept going, do I want to do a boat one after doing this story? After doing this little Frog G one? Do I want to do another boat one? I thought, yeah, I do. I do want to do it.
I mean, use that information while it's fresh in your head, and build on it. I say go for it, man. Jason throwing some shade again. Hocky doesn't get to talk on Topicless or in the pit, so he's getting it all out now.
Getting it out now. So, yes, I am. I do. If anyone's interested, I can show off some pages of what's coming up in the
heck yeah.
Frog G. Let me just find those
Jason's throwing shade at the writers, saying writers are worthless. I mean, just remember that you've done some writing yourself, man, even though you're also doing, the artwork. Jason says, go back to talking about Germanic toast and French sausage. Boats are lame. Wow.
You're a dag. Yes. Yeah. He's such a weirdo.
Curmudgeon.
I'll just try and find my pages. But I was working on. Actually, so now that traveling, it's actually I have to do a lot more traditional stuff. So hey, Omar. So
yeah, Omen says, don't mind Jason. He's just cranky because he didn't get enough aspartame today. He's always cranky.
Yes, it's true. Working traditionally is easier and harder at the same time. Do you find that, Luke?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain.
There's no Control Z, so you kind of have to just go for it and commit to it, and that's why I like doing both. I like working digitally and traditionally because you're sharpening both skills. I find that sometimes when I'm working digitally, I will get way too caught up in the minutia of something, and I can Control Z from here to the end of time, and so I become way too perfectionist about it. But if I'm working on something, especially like committing ink to paper, I mean, you have to go. You have to do it, and there's no, you may be able to go back and white out things, but at the same time, you got to push forward,
Yeah. And it kind of forces you to be quicker in some regards. Like you need to be, the reason why it's easy is because you are just putting it down and then it's down. It's there.
It's done.
But then it's also forcing you to really think about what you're putting down as well. So that's the two sides of it, what makes it harder and easier at the same time. It's so bizarre. So I did all the pages for Frog G, the supplement story in Frog G, all traditionally. So I've got
Heck
so
yeah.
I've done, and so I've inked them all and have all the pages available. You can actually get on the campaign. Here I am selling.
That's right.
So, doing it this way was kind of fascinating to be able to. There's the last page. There's so this is probably one of my favorite pages.
Dude, I love the contrast, the use of black. Great job, man. Seriously.
And I'm actually, this was kind of scary because I don't generally use a lot of black.
Right.
So that's
forces you to get out of your comfort zone.
It does. And so a lot of them came out. Actually, I'll show you my favorite panel out of all of them. I said that eye in the book is my favorite. Well, this bottom panel here is my favorite panel.
Oh, with the fucking severed hand. Holy shit.
It's just a whole bunch of hands there.
Yeah.
I just love this panel. So
see, I actually really like drawing hands. They can be difficult, to get to look right, to look natural. But I fucking love drawing hands, man. They've always been one of my favorites because hands are really expressive. You can tell a lot of story with hands.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why they're so tricky because it's not just a palm and a couple of digits, but because you can move, like the thumb in particular can move a whole bunch of directions. The fingers, you can bring them in and out and in and out, and even the hand, you can curve as well. So it's not as flat. You can come around. So that's why people find it so. And I do find it difficult.
Oh yeah.
You find that's why it's difficult because, and then what a lot of people say is that if you're going to focus on anything, focus on the eyes or the face and the hands. You get those down, the rest can be so-so.
Right.
So because we tell us a lot of story with our hands.
Well, people talk with their hands. Emphasis, exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of storytelling going on right there.
So that's why it's important to be able to do hands correctly, and they are difficult. Strangely enough, feet are also difficult.
Yes,
they move less. I think what it is because it's kind of an odd shape to visualize. When you think about it, it's just a block on another block.
It's like it's a wedge.
But then you've got this side of a slope from one side to the other, and then the toe is a different shape. So I think that plays on people's minds. But hands.
Yeah, they can be. The hands and feet can be difficult to draw correctly because we see them all the time. We know what they're supposed to look like, and if they look janky, just like faces, if a face looks janky, people know. Even if they can't draw, they will know when a face looks janked up. They'll know when hands look janked up. Feet, the same. That's why a lot of people avoid drawing feet. Because they one, they have to look right, and two, it's got to connect with the ground. And if one part of that doesn't look right, then people are going to be able to pick up that it's jank. So, Jason says, "That's it. I'm scrapping the frog pages. Hocky is now drawing the book. We want a good comic."
Well, I've sold one page, so I'm pretty happy about selling one page. Well, the thing is, you don't want that, Jason, because your pages are done. Mine, I'll be there for another year at least doing all your pages.
So you're doing the next book. That's it. There you go. Yeah. Screaming Raven says the contrast, the lines, those are those are good. So he's talking about the pages that you showed.
So if you, they are available on the campaign. One has been sold. I've got to hit up the person to say which one. So it's first in,
first come, first serve. Yeah.
But there's 8 pages to choose from. So I think it comes with the book as well. So if you do want a page, you get the book as well. So I don't think it's too expensive. I think it might be $120 for a page in the book. So
it's a great deal.
Yeah.
Jason says ink makes sure he gets the penis down. That's the focal point of his rendering. Yes, we know. It's very true. It's very true. Yep. I mean, shit, there's an entire subset of fans out there on the internet that will pay good money for those. There's a whole nudie section of like the art world, the lewd, nude, and all that stuff. Sometimes there's fur, sometimes there's not. It's a very interesting section of the internet.
Have you ever thought about doing furry art for people?
I mean, I can't say I've really been approached to do it, but I mean, I did just draw a book where one of the main characters was a wolf dude. So,
that's fair.
I mean, hey, listen, if people are willing to pay, pay good money for it, fuck it, whatever. $20 is $20. You know what I mean?
That's kind of it. Like I hear that people will pay a lot of money for furry art.
Yeah.
And yes, a lot of them also want not safe for work furry art.
Sure.
I'm not sure if I'd go down that road. But if they paid well enough, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you could do it under a pseudonym. It doesn't have to be connected to your main your main name, your main work. But I mean, being able to support yourself by doing artwork, that's the goal, right?
It's kind of a weird thing to think about.
Right.
Like if the opportunity came up, and the price was right,
right.
I don't think I would take it.
Yeah.
But and we've joked about this and talked about this in the pit and such too. But
Right.
and like I've drawn funny, like Jason's
Like
talked
the
about
sexy bunny and the sexy turtle.
bunny.
Yep.
And you know, because I and legitimately my first sexy bunny was me confusing what they were talking about. And now it's become a bit of a meme in
Well, that's how the best memes are born, you know.
Yeah. It's become a bit of a joke now, my sexy bunny. And but yeah, I think, I don't know, definitely under a pseudonym I would probably do it. And if it paid well.
Right. That's the crucial point, you know. If it pays well, you know. And you know, I've seen a lot of people that have been able to make a living doing that kind of thing. So
That's it.
you know.
That's it. Now it's going, but then you can't advertise anywhere if you're doing.
You don't need to. It's word of mouth. You know, you do a good enough job, the community will talk about it and tell their friends that want to get stuff done as well. So
keep those two personas separate. Just go, well, like if I go to a convention, I want to take my comic book stuff.
Right.
And I want to take my furry stuff.
Right.
Because I don't want to associate the two together.
Right. Two different markets. Yeah.
Yeah. It's, but then I'd probably get more from the furry stuff than
not at a convention, I don't think, because you know conventions are generally like family friendly, and some of the more lewd stuff doesn't really sell all that well. Yeah, and they actively frown upon stuff being advertised. I mean, you got to cover everything up. You know, you can have tasteful nudes, but at the same time, they're not really promoting that kind of thing. So yeah,
it's weird. So I don't know, but all I really want to do, I just want to draw more comics. But if it came down to it, I'd probably give it a go. So
right, being able to support oneself and family by doing artwork is better than not doing artwork, and it's sure as shit better than roofing for a living during the summer.
Yeah.
Or
plumbing.
Jesus, some of the fucking stories that Inkspots has told, that sounds horrific.
It sounds terrible. And running your own company that's a plumbing business and then needing to pay people and then relying on other people to pay you. Oh, what he's going through is and Inkspot laughs about everything, but he's I feel his pain for.
I mean, it's either laugh at it or go insane. Yeah. I mean, having a sense of humor and being able to chuckle at it, I think that's the best way to deal with a lot of that shit. Having the skills to do what he does for yourself, not a bad idea. Doing it as a profession, I don't know that I would want to do that. Because not only on top of all of the stuff dealing, with the plumbing and whatnot, you've also got to deal with people.
Yeah.
On top of that. So, yeah.
It's kind of weird. I would say that I'm an introvert. However, I've been really good in certain retail jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly counter, like at the counter jobs. So I worked in a news agency when I lived in Melbourne.
Yeah.
And loved it. I absolutely loved it. Like people come in, they're buying a paper or a magazine or whatever it's like, buying lottery tickets. And like just getting to chat with them and saying g'day and just being friendly. And I found that when I was working at the pool as well, people are coming in just to come for a swim. I get to say g'day, see them every day, say, hey, how are you today? What are you doing?
Right.
And I become a bit of a friends with these people because I'm seeing them all the time. And it's really, I just really enjoy that. I think I just enjoyed not so much helping people, though that's part of it, but it's more like becoming closer acquaintances with them, which has been
Well, it's low pressure, and you get to be a real person around people. You get to
Yeah.
have a conversation. You know,
And-
you get to be a real person, as opposed
And
to I'm trying to sell you something. You know.
Yeah, and it seems like obviously that's been reciprocated for when I've left these places.
Mhm.
People are going, "Oh, here, have this. Oh, look, you've been great." So, like when I left the pool,
Yeah.
they pulled together and gave me like $100 or something. You know.
Oh, that's cool.
So, or they gave me presents.
Yeah.
So you sort of think about it. So I kind of, I don't do it because I need the money though. That helps. I did it because
Sure, it always does.
I stuck in those jobs because I'm going, I just really enjoy chatting with these people. So yeah.
I mean,
Even though I am an introvert, it might be weird, but I am an introvert.
No, I get it, man. I get it. I believe the term is ambivert. You know, you can be extroverted. You can you can be out there and you can talk, but you gotta pull back in and you gotta recharge. You know, you gotta you're not, that's not your de facto. You prefer to be at home doing your own thing, and you have to recharge your batteries after that. So I get it.
But you put me at a party, and I'll probably go and sit in the corner because So unless there's one or two people that I know really well that we talk about weird shit like this, if we were in a party situation, I'd probably be hiding off and then just going, hey, let's just hopefully one friend is in the same boat and just going, let's just talk shit together. So
yeah, I mean, I'm very much the same way. I'm not really a party scene unless it's like a bunch of people that I know. Yes. And I can walk around and just talk to various different groups of people.
Yeah.
So I totally get it. Jason says this is weird shit. That's right, because we're just having a conversation.
Thanks. But no, it's fun. I really enjoyed my time when it came to the US with Plagal and Jason and Billy. And that's why I'm really hoping forward to come to HeroCon next year. I'll get to see a lot more people. Billy won't make it. He's already said he's not going to make it. Plagal said he might try if he's able to, but if he does, that'd be awesome.
Right.
But I'll probably end up going to LA anyway because I've got to fly in. There's two places to fly in from Australia. It's LA or Denver. And I thought, well, I might as well fly out of LA and go and see.
Be able to go say hey to Plagal. Yeah.
Go see Dan and Billy. Stay there for a few days, 4 or 5 days or something, and hang out and then fly out. So we'll see what happens. But apparently everyone might be trying to make it to HeroCon. I think
HeroCon is a great show. And Jason, I think, is poking fun at me for getting very drunk on Saturday. I did that to myself. I take full responsibility for that. But, it happens to the best of us. But the thing is, I learned from that. Ain't going to happen again. Trust me.
Ooh, that's what you say.
Oh, no, I know. I pinpointed the exact moment when I knew I fucked up. So, yeah. Yep. So I know what I did wrong, and I ain't going to do it again. So,
I'm not drinking at the moment because I'm with my wife's family down in Tasmania. They like to have a beer or drink wine quite often, but my gout has played up, so I'm just avoiding all alcohol at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird just going, I can't have a drink, but that's okay.
Yeah. And I don't really drink when I'm down here. I'll have some drinks with Feline, and that Jason says I blame Feline. No, I blame Smokey. Yeah. She went inside to get wine and a beer, and I should not have done the moonshine. I probably shouldn't have been drinking bourbon and beer at the same time with Fraga either. But it's neither here nor there. Again, I know what I did wrong, and ain't gonna happen again. Yeah.
But I think that'll be a lot of fun to catch up with everyone. I think even Shelby's planning to be there.
It'd be a hell of a thing to get a picture with all of us. All together. I mean, we've all been hanging out and doing these shows for years. I mean, it was awesome meeting Jason for the first time at Heroes. He and I have been doing topic lists for going on 6 years now.
Yeah,
Never met him in person, and finally got to meet and hang out in person. It was good shit.
Yeah, I know. You're like, yes, you're in the same country, you're in the same time zones, but it's still, one's at the top, you're at the bottom.
Yep.
And like that's
way far away.
The country between, so it's hard to do to get together.
Yeah.
But
being able to meet at a place like that, especially something that caters to all of our interests, and it's an opportunity to meet fans and to make money.
It'll be So I won't have a booth. I probably will have to gate crash someone else's booth.
Yeah.
Mainly because it's up in the air that I'm going. And
right.
If I do go, I'm limited with what I can do and take and such. So if I can gate crash someone else's booth, give them some money for gate crashing and just have a little seat with a little plaque and say, "Yay!"
Right.
I think it'll be a lot of fun to do.
I do too, man. I really hope that you're able to make it over, and I'm definitely looking forward to Heroes Con next year. Feline and I are going to be there. We're going to have our own table, and we're going to be set up and rocking and rolling. It's going to be good stuff. Face huggers. Yeah, Jason loves hugs. Feline said, face huggers, maybe. Yep.
Oh goodness, that's funny.
Yep. Well, we've been going for a little over an hour and a half, man. This has been fantastic. I am so excited to go through and read this again and see the finished artwork, because I loved the story when I got to read the PDF that you sent me ahead of time, and I'm excited for people to get a chance to read this. So hopefully, guys, reach out to Hocky. His link for X is in the description of this video. Reach out to him if you'd like a copy of the book. He's still got them.
Yeah, I've got them. I say that there'll be opportunities to get them, hopefully not at an extreme postal price in the future. But if you are really keen, I would love to be able to sell one to you.
So hit him up. That's an hour and 31 minutes too long. Jesus. Grouch ass.
Thanks, Jason.
Yep, appreciate you, buddy. Screaming Raven says, well, I'm not hugging your face, Jason. That would be a bit awkward. Be a hell of a funny thing to see, too.
That would be funny.
Yep.
He is small, so his head is at the right height, so.
Oh, brutal. There's the link to Hocky's X account. Hit him up so you can get yourself a copy of Curiosities and Oddities Emporium, the dress. Hocky, dude, it's always a great time talking with you, man. I always enjoy these one-on-ones, and I look forward to the next one we get to do, man.
Yeah, yes, hopefully soon.
Indeed. That's right. Fingers crossed. Chat, you guys are amazing. Thank you for being here, and we will see you next time. Later.
Cheers.
It seems that envy is my sin.
Oh, what's in the box?
Not till you give me the
What's
gun.
in the fucking box?